There's something in there. Morning everybody, Mike from FisherMN here. Back at it, summer 2023. Glad to be out. I got a spot that I've only been to once, and the last time I was here it was raining. I'm very hopeful that we're going to get some bass. This is a lake that's connected to a couple of other lakes. We're kind of in the Mille Lacs area today, and we're just going to take what the lake gives us. Got the chatterbait, got the frog, got the jig. I even got my panfish gear. I'm just looking to get some fish biting. Let's get out on that lake and let's catch some fish. Alright, you never know by the landing here. One of these times we'll catch a landing monster. Could this be our landing monster? All right. Well, good morning, everybody. All right. I just had a feeling maybe something just waiting there. What a fish to start out. There's one of the channels to another lake, and this guy was just sitting in there waiting for something to come by. That is a great fish to get our day started. Yes. There we go. All right, well, let's measure and see how long this guy is here. Got our nice measuring board handy. We are starting out the day at 17 1/4. Nice fish. Get him back in and get out there for some more. Makes sense. We had some deeper water, a channel that probably hasn't been used all night. And boom, we hit a nice one right off the bat. Let's see if we can make it a trend. All right, tried a couple more casts. Nothing. We might come back to go under that bridge later. But we got a whole lake to fish on this side. Gonna go pretty quickly through this channel. We got about 1.8 feet. Unless we start getting a couple here. This lake wasn't plan A today. It was on my list for the summer, but as I was driving, we got a little bit of wind today. And the other lake that I was gonna fish, oh, it's a little bigger, and I figured, you know what? I'll drive a little extra time to get to this one. So we're on Plan B lake. Plan B's can be good. Last time I was on this lake, it was super rainy. Ooh. Got here a little after sunup with the extra drive, but happy to be here. Beautiful morning. go. Oh my goodness. I did not have a good hook set on that one. Darn it. It looked like what we're looking for. All right. Maybe it's good to take a minute and fish this channel. If you hear a weird noise, that's not me. It's a cow in the distance. It's not me struggling to pedal my kayak. Oh, there it was. Took it like a big one too. I just didn't. Oh, just kind of. Darn it. Maybe he didn't realize what happened. There we go. Something there. That didn't look tiny. All right, let's try a couple with the chatterbait before we move out of this channel and get into the main lake. There's a fish. Alright, we got a chunky little northern. Clear some of these guys out before we start throwing our frog. Just makes sense that when you have a channel coming into a lake that there'd be fish around it. Got the jackhammer white edition on today. There we go, that feels a little bigger. Oh, what did we have? What did we have? Oh my goodness. All right, one more and then we're gonna move on to the main lake here. Good little start. I wish I would have got that, whatever that last chatterbait fish was in the boat. But hopefully we'll get some more. Dropping down, the weeds are starting to break up a little bit. Let's see what chatterbait can do. I already had a nice bite on it at the channel back there. There we go. Well, the northerns are liking the chatterbait. They're coming in fresh. Alright, I've said it before, Minnesota can always expect the northerns to be biting, even when the action is slow. I'm not saying the action is slow yet, but the northerns are biting. Alright, let's run the jig through here. There we go. Oh, that's a little guy. There we go. What do we got here? Stand down. That guy's a little bigger. Nice. All right, we like these bigger ones. Good fish. We'll take them when they're a little bigger. I like the setup over here because it's 8 feet and pretty clear right here. So you can find a pretty defined weed edge. In fact, before I go on with the jig, We'll use the thing that has a leader on it. Try to throw just off the edge. Just jig it. And then when we throw it in a little closer, we'll reel it a little quicker. Keep it above the weeds. Oh, there we go. Another decent northern. There we go. That guy was living right off the point of those reeds. There we go. Bunch of northern slime, but that's okay. The bigger ones can slime up my boat all they want. So when we were in the weedier kind of flat areas, maybe the 4 to 6 feet, you know, we were catching a lot of small northerns. And now these aren't giants, but they're bigger because right now we're in 9 feet. So they can kind of hunt and then they can come to deeper water. All right, after that last northern, I'm gonna retie my leader. I've caught a few of them, so I thought I'd just retie it. So I've shown it before, but I always use a polymer knot. So you just put the line through the eye of whatever you're trying to tie on, and then you go back through, and you got this kind of loop. Pinch the ends so they don't come apart. Loop it around your finger, put it through once, and then pull the lure or the leader or the snap or whatever it is that you're putting on there through that loop. Now it says to moisten it. I just caught a northern, so everything is slimy, so it should pull just great. So you see that loop pulling, and I've found that that's the best knot for me anyhow. In fact, that's the only one that I tie on. Let me know in the comments, what knot do you like to use? Or do you use a variety of knots? Maybe I need to expand my horizons. All right, we're gonna clip our lure onto this wonderful leader. And we're gonna see if we can get another one. Okay, I feel like we could probably stay here for a long time and catch northerns, but I think that's gonna be pretty much an all-day bite. So what I'm gonna do, the only place we've seen bass so far has been in the channel. So I'm gonna go back in the channel, and actually there's a couple of channels I can fish while we still have this early morning kind of feel. All right, kind of back to the area where we started. It's actually a little calmer over here. Something in there. There we go. All right. What a fish. There we go. Whew. I knew there was something in there. And look at this guy. Look at that mouth. Wow. All right. Persistence. That was a third cast in there. One time there was something that rolled at it. And look at this guy. That is a chunky fish. Let's get him on the board and see the length. This guy is, oh my goodness. That is a nice 19-incher. You know what? Let's put him on the scale. Got my scale here. I'm thinking we might be hitting 4 with this guy. I don't know if you can see that, but we got 4 pounds, 7 ounces. That is a great fish. Awesome. So I came through here this morning, and right off the bat we got one right by the landing. Had another hit in the channel here, and then when I got to this area I thought there's got to be a fish, and I had a hit and I missed it, and then another swipe and then nothing. So I went all the way around, caught some small northerns, caught some decent northerns off the reed bed, and I thought the only place I saw bass was in this area. So coming back, throwing over here, just feeling like there's a nice fish in there, and rewarded with a nice 4-pound bass. That was awesome. Something I noticed is that I've been a little more mobile lately and maybe not fishing spots. So I'm gonna take my time and fish this channel area. Sometimes it takes more than one cast to get one of those big fish to bite. All right, good to know. That channel, I could probably pass through, but it'd be hard coming back because I'd be going against the current. So I'm gonna save those other 2 lakes for another day. You can access both of those from a different lake. So we're gonna stay on this lake. We're gonna see if we can pick up a couple more nice bass. I don't know if you guys can see that, but man, the sky is just beautiful. The sun is there and all the rays are just coming straight down. Amazing. Had to stop and get that sun, man. I mean, you could see the rays coming all the way around. That might be one of the most amazing, beautiful things I've ever seen fishing. I don't know if my camera is capturing it, but all the sun's rays are just, it's like they're just highlighting this lake. All right, you know where I'm looking. I'm looking at that point of the reeds. However, as per usual, we're gonna fish all the way up. Maybe a couple of casts into the reeds behind the point. Which was a good idea. That was a good idea. That was a big splash. Okay. We're hoping that it didn't feel it, or that there's more than one over there. All right, I was thinking maybe from a different angle. There we go. Nice chunky bass in this lake. That might have been the guy that hit it before. Of course, the ones you miss seem like bigger hits. All right, let's see if we can add this guy to our limit. Needs to be at least 12 inches. Oh yeah. We got 13 and a half. All right, looking at our 5-fish limit. That's our third. So casting through that way, missed one. Decided to come around this way and give him a new angle on it. And that seemed to do the trick. I threw it in there a couple more times though. It seemed like that hit that I didn't get was a little bigger than that one. Look at this. A little bass chase it in. All right. Well, do we measure for our limit? Only have 3, so I was gonna say no, but let's give it a shot. Is it 12? Look at that. 12 on the dot. 4th fish to our limit. Little 12-incher. Let's hope we cull that one by the end of the day, but you know, that's if you watch Greg Blanchard, he's just an awesome tournament guy. Well, just all around, his channel is great. And he always talks about that. You know, you want to get your limit in the boat. You don't want to come in, especially on a 2-day tournament, and have an empty spot. You know, that's a little one, but that's 12 inches. So you want to get your limit and so measure them all. And who knows, you know, maybe it's a slow day. That 12-incher will be just what you need. Maybe nobody comes in with a limit. Found a little more calm area of the lake. It's an area that I haven't been to yet. I mentioned earlier, I've been to this lake once. So this would be an unexplored side for me. There we go. All right, got another nice bass. I always like when I see that line coming up, because you know it's going to be a jump and hopefully a nice bass. All right, not a monster, but this will be our 5th bass to our limit. All right, if I was in a tournament, I'd have them on the ground. Let's see if we can measure them right here. We've got 14 and a half inches. Good fish. All right. So we got 2 big ones, 1 tiny one, and a couple other smaller ones. So let's see if we can get rid of our 3 smallest ones before we finish up at this lake. All right, we're gonna do another loop around where we started here. A couple of new areas, go back to where we got our fish. I think we'll call it. What a great day. Beautiful morning. The wind came up a bit, but didn't let that bug us. We do have 5 bass in the boat. We got a couple of small ones to get rid of if we can. I'll shoot for that 80-inch range. What do we got? And we need a couple of replacements, one for a 12-incher and one for like a 13 or a 14-incher. And we should be in good shape because we got 2 big ones in the boat. It's been a lot of fun. Had a relatively new body of water. One of these times it's going to be a 5-pound bass. But until then, We'll keep pulling in northerns. Darn it. The one time I don't use my frog, it's like it's looking for a frog. Alright, home stretch here. Like a couple more to get rid of that 12 incher and that 13 or 14 incher.